It's a when life moment, cause life fucking sucks.
Hi guys, I'm here with an Indian today. No, okay, maybe you do it. I'm bad at this. Fuck.
Yikes. Do it. Do it. Start. Try again.
Oh, no. Happiness. What is it? I'm here with Merlo. We're gonna talk about it.
Let's talk about that.
that.
Copyrighted.
True, but anyways, yeah. It's been a week of us posting.
It has been a week. Yes, it's been 1 week exactly. Life Moment is back. You know, the best podcast in the
on
world.
track.
Yeah, coming back on track with that.
We are going to talk about happiness, but before that,
Yeah. Let's address the elephant in the room.
this guy is in tech support now. Finally, throughout these years, we've been waiting, and he can finally help customers.
I got a fresh cut. Okay, and
Mm.
I got a little bit of a caveman,
Bit of a jiggy.
a bit of a jiggy caveman thing going on here.
I think it looks fine. It looks like a baby with beard, but you know, I think babies should have beards.
My roommates told me I look much older than I am, and I'm fine with that.
Well, I thought you're 15, no?
Yeah, I'm 12 years old.
Oh, I love. Nope. Can't say that.
Okay, getting back on track because we already got sidetracked. This is episode 2, season 2, right? Mirza's gone. He's just no longer part of the podcast now. He's decided to leave. This is episode 2, season 2, and another throwback episode, I would call it, because it's like old times back when me and you were,
Yes,
as they
just
say,
the
gooning
two
on the
of us.
pod.
Okay, we are putting out words that we did not want to put out, but hey, it's out there now. It's too bad, really. We can't do anything about it. If Twitter wants to shoot us, well, we're dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna. Well, we brainstormed an idea, and I just said happiness, and you went, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Now you said you put on notes.
Yeah, I wrote some
On
stuff
the
down
topic?
that I wrote down for just feelings in general, but I have like a little bit of talking
feelings.
points that I wanted to bring up.
I didn't. I had like one main big thing. I don't know if I should share it now or in the end, because I think is really valuable. At least like $100 valuable. Like someone should give me that money right now.
Yeah.
So Patreon below. No,
So Patreon below. That goes to the Life Moment charity. This is actually a charity podcast. All money will go to a charity. That
but
is
serious
not true.
talk though. Do you want to start with your talking points, or do you want to start from my like where I at least found my way of the happy?
Well, let's
go
just
lucky.
start by introducing the topic. How about that? Like happiness.
Well,
What is
a
happiness?
good Google search would help with that.
That is true, yeah. No, do read the Google definition, obviously. What is Google for happiness?
Well, it might seem crazy what I'm about to say. The sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
He Googled happy and it just shows him the lyrics to the Pharrell Williams song. And he's
Yeah,
just
that's
reading it out.
literally what happened. That's literally what happened. Happiness. Bro, what? Where's the? Okay, what's the fucking meaning, bro?
Okay. Happiness. Ooh.
Okay, so the quality or state of being happy.
Yeah. What is happy? What is being happy to you? Like, when do you feel you're happy?
I mean, lately it's almost all the time, but now it's very permanent. If I have like friends, or if I have a clear mind.
Yeah.
So with friends is obvious, right? I can enjoy my time, interact, and make funny jokes, or like do stuff that's fun. I don't know. Maybe like motorcycling together with my mates with like headphones on. We could talk shit about the other person who's driving like ass. That's fun. Or we could play games like, oh, you just died on content warning like
X-Defiant,
every
yeah.
round. Oh, X Defiant. That we don't talk about X Defiant. I don't want to talk about X Defiant. We leave. X Defiant is the opposite of happiness, I think. But yeah, that's with friends. But alone, this is the main thing I want to kind of point out is what I value and how I find happiness. Is when I'm alone, just being present is what allowed me to just be there and just enjoy whatever's there.
Yeah.
It might sound stupid, might sound like I'm Phil Moore from Cars, bro, just chill, man. But literally,
It's all organic, man.
okay, maybe not that. I'm not vegan. Fuck that shit. But yeah, even anywhere you could just take it in, just
Yeah.
enjoy what's there. Even though there's trash on the road, it's flooding. I don't know. It's raining. It's miserable. But like, if you just look at it as it is, like you're still breathing out here. Like right now, I get to talk to you. I have like internet, electricity running, AC. I mean, yes, there are some really bad things going on in the world. Yes, I'm being selfish, but I am living for my own
Yeah, for
life.
yourself.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, from yeah. And I mean, it's good to like be aware of like what's happening in the world and kind of have conscious of what's bad going on. But I don't necessarily need that in my brain all the time to live life. Because I'm living my life, not theirs. I mean, okay, think about it. There's like Gaza, but I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
like,
out of
those
our
stuff
hands. Yeah.
is a big problem. It does sound selfish, but it really helped me with just go ding.
Kimi no Torik.
What? We're gonna get like 10 copyright strikes in this video,
Already,
and
yeah.
I honestly think that intro sucked dog.
Yeah, it
But
was
whatever.
not that good,
But
but
it's
it's fine. We roll. This is at the end of the day, this is just an organic podcast. It's not like super scripted. Obviously we can just go back into the past and fix it if we want to through the power of
But-
editing. But we're not gonna do that. We want you guys to see us for who we are.
And we're also lazy to edit this
We
long.
are also
podcast.
because these are an hour long. So
No one about to edit this, bruh.
this is like a off-topic thing. This is off-topic, but I had someone ask me why the season 2 revival episode was just 35 to 40 minutes long.
Oh,
It
true.
was shorter than our other, and this is true. Someone asked me why this is shorter than the other episodes, and I did want to bring that up because someone did. It was basically like reviving the channel was just something that we thought of. Like we had spoken about it, but this time the stars kind of aligned, and we just went ahead and did it. And we didn't want the video to be too long because I don't want to bore people. It's like this channel's been dead for 2 years. The first video they put out is another 2-hour long video. We wanted to condense the information of why we were gone for so long into as little as possible, so not to bore anyone watching. So that video is just like it's just 35 minutes long. It's just me and you talking about what happened exactly.
And
why
also, like, that revival episode, the topic itself kind of just ended there.
Yeah,
we could add a lot more, but it's just
Again, with
sweet,
that kind of information, it's good to have it concise, not drag it on for long.
yeah. But now there's a lot of dragging on, so if you like more of that, please make sure to like subscribe and make a Patreon for us so we can take your Patreon because we're too lazy to make a Patreon.
Give us money.
Please, we need an editor. Merlin takes a long time to edit, man.
Should we? I don't think we should talk about that. Should we?
Oh, true. No. Well, happiness.
Yeah, happiness. Yeah. Okay. So that's what happiness is to Mirza. To me,
X-Defiant. Oh.
It's probably more like valor. No, I'm joking.
Kill yourself.
Happiness is like, it's obviously an emotion, right? But when do I feel happy? Is a lot of what you said. Happy to have a house, happy to have a roof over my head, happy to have a bed. It all goes back to this idea of being grateful for the little things in life. Like you have to appreciate what you have rather than yearn for what you don't. So the white goose need not drape itself in snow to appear white. Chinese proverb.
I did not know you're gonna pull that shit right now.
But a lot of proverbs are correct.
Well, the actual translation for that is
bald sacks or some shit.
Well, I don't know why you're pulling that right now, but yeah.
Those get understand. I'll just explain that bit real quick. So, CS:GO items, CS:GO skins in China, they'll have like Chinese names, and there's a meme that these names were some really deep proverb. but some guy Google translated the name and it just says ball sex or some shit. Anyways,
I'm not in this.
as as I was saying, right? So happiness, it is an emotion. I am grateful. It all comes back to being grateful, and you have to learn to be grateful for what you have, and instead of yearning for what you don't. And it takes time to get there because for the majority of my existence, I have been the kind of guy who's been like, well, I do have pretty good stuff. Like I'm grateful enough. Like okay, take my hobbies. I like to play video games. I have a good enough computer that lets me play the games I want to play and not struggle. But even then, every time I see like a new laptop or something, I'm like, ooh, I want that. That's just like an emotion we have. But I do appreciate my laptop for everything it does, obviously. But it is still something that we have inside of us. And think of it how you will. Some people consider it motivation. Some people consider it toxic. I don't know. That's a discussion. We will go into it later on. But at its core, that's basically what happiness is. I have to learn to be happy and grateful for everything I have rather than think about what I don't have. And I need to be ready to, if I'm currently unhappy with something in my life, I need to be able to fix it. Like one thing I was unhappy about was my weight. Obviously, I was overweight. I still am a bit overweight, but I'm steadily working towards that goal of losing weight. I've been going to the gym. I've been swimming a lot. And it's like that. When I started going to the gym and swimming, I hated it every minute of it because it's tiring and your body hurts after that. But once you get into the rhythm of things, you start feeling happy. Like even little changes. Like if my weight goes down by like 1 kilogram when I weigh myself, I'm like, holy shit, that's what? That's crazy. And it's like, yeah, it's not a big of a milestone for others, but for someone who struggled with being fat and overweight and then finally getting to that goal of like losing weight, it's a big deal to you because you know how hard you work to get there. But yeah, so that's what happiness is to me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see.
It's the shortest episode ever, but I want to touch on about the seek of, I guess, the newer stuff, right? The
Yeah,
new
yeah,
laptop.
yeah.
That's what I've been thinking as well, right? Like I like cameras and stuff. There's always a new camera every year, new phone every year.
Panasonic, why must you do this to us, photographers?
I mean, honestly, I'm glad Panasonic's still like making cameras because they're good. I like
Lumix.
even though I use Canon. So, shout out to Lumix. I don't use them.
You sold your Lumix, I remember.
Oh yeah, that's like the greatest camera I had, but too bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the seek something new every time, or like, yeah, something new just to think that you're gonna be happy for a long time for that like new thing you just bought. It's kind of like seeking perfection in a way.
It is.
Because that's not gonna not make you happy for a long. Maybe it's exciting. Maybe if it's your hobby, it's fine.
See, it's like
But if you're gonna
short-term
rely on
happiness
that-
at the end of the day, right? Even when you get
If
it.
if you're gonna rely on that for your
Yeah.
happiness, your bank account would probably not agree.
Not be happy.
Your bank would be like, "Yo, you gotta pay for this sometime." Like, it's also just not good in general.
Yeah.
Seeking something new because you're not happy yourself. Maybe there's certain stuff that you need, like an actual, like if you don't have a camera at all to make YouTube videos, then buy a camera. But you don't need
You can use your
like a
phone
gimbal
camera.
and wireless mic and a gimbal just to make a cooking video. I'm just saying.
I do though.
Why?
Think about it. Okay, what he's referencing to here.
I'm thinking about it.
This is actually a great point to call me out on specifically because I did spend money. So I bought a wireless mic because again I'm starting up my personal channel again. I have some videos planned out, and I got a personal mic. I'm not buying a gimbal. I decided against that. I do need to let you know that is not happening. But I did buy a wireless mic. It was pretty cheap. I didn't spend that much money on it. I spent like $70 on it, and I need it because I plan on doing some IRL like cooking style content and stuff. And I'll have my camera, I'll have my friend's cameras, so I'll have multiple cameras filming me, and I needed to make sure the audio was fine because camera mic sucks, and I can't use this obviously because I need to be very close to it to speak. So it made more sense to have a microphone attached to me I could just use while I'm like mixing shit, going to the oven type stuff, So it is an investment in that regard. But yeah, it's like he said earlier, the gimbal, that is important. Like I didn't need it. Like I didn't, but I just wanted it. And I realized like I have to ask myself, do I really, really need this thing? For the videos, IRL type videos I want to do, the mic is something I need because I tested the audio on my camera raw and my phone, and it's horrible. It's hard, and I can't use that. It's like using a webcam mic. So I decided against it. So I decided to get a microphone just for that purpose, and it's fine for that. But the gimbal is a completely unnecessary purchase that I would have made, and just shot myself in the foot with that $250.
Luckily, you talked yourself out of that.
Yeah.
But
Instead,
yeah,
I
think
decided
that
to
if you,
buy
like,
5
tried
new
to
cameras.
use a webcam mic, I think that's the best quality. I feel like that aesthetic alone like brings me back to like the Vietnam days. You know, me and the boys just had like webcams. You know, when we were in the field, we were out there, we were vlogging. Maybe
I
not.
think
Maybe we should not go there.
in terms of like wanting stuff, the first thing I would upgrade if I had nothing was probably just to get a good microphone, because I feel like personally for me, if I click on a YouTube video and the mic sounds like shit, I'm not gonna watch it. Like I need the mic to be at least decent.
I see.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, it would be just either like one good phone or 2 phones.
Yeah.
Or like one phone with like an audio recorder.
But then,
it doesn't need to be like a wireless thingy.
It's about if you're starting from nothing, you can actually use your phone to record your audio as well, just your audio. You're gonna have to sync it up. That is gonna be a little bit of a pain, but you can.
I'm fine with it. That's why
you can do it. And for all you console warriors out there, this is something that I used to do back in the day.
What did you do?
Xbox. You could stream off of your Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I would do is I just record on my Xbox and I just upload it to YouTube directly as an unlisted or private video.
Oh yeah, and then you just like
I'd download it off of YouTube and then I'd edit it and I'd post it again to make it public. Again, it's a few more steps, but the quality is pretty much the same. Again, this is all about thinking about what you need before buying it, not making dumb purchases like I was gonna make with the gimbal.
Because you're making the content because you want to make content and not just try out the equipment.
Yeah.
In the end.
Exactly.
Because a lot of like camera YouTubers are like making it seem like this camera will make you good videos. In fact, you don't even need a good camera or editing software.
You need to just know how to use it. Like you could have a red camera, but if you don't know how to use it, the video is gonna look as bad as my webcam does right now. Let's be real.
I mean, your webcam's something else, bro. I don't even know. So there's somehow like artifacts on like the cupboard. I don't know how. There's like ants right now.
Yeah, it's the noise. I don't know what to do with it.
Lower the volume.
I had posters on my cupboard. I removed them because I didn't want to show them.
But what posters were they? Green Day or something?
I had Avatar. Not the show, Avatar: The Way of the Water.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
And a Berserk poster.
That was good, bro. Why you put it down?
I don't know. I just don't. I was insecure. Don't know what for. Turning heads when I walk through that door. Okay.
Don't need makeup to cover up.
Turns head. But yeah, going back to happiness, and you said it right.
Well,
I said it
that you can't spell happiness without penis. I think that's really important because we both have penises. So with that theory in mind, girls can't be happy.
So sadly, what Мирза just said, it's gonna be clipped and be made into a YouTube short, and it's gonna be posted. Okay, I'm not even joking when I say this. That one part that's gonna go viral. I can feel it, like right off the bat. No. Penis and girls can't be happy. Welcome to Life Moment. We hate women here.
That's why they need us to be happy.
Okay.
I'm quitting.
Yep, he's done with Life Moment. He's gone. He's gone in. Oh, he's back. Okay.
Dude, we're actually just fucking about. I don't even.
Yeah, we are.
What are we doing? Life Moment 2 Berserk mode.
Life Moment. Season 2 is, it's new to us as well, but it's gonna be a little rough around the edges, but it's the same old good old Life Moment that you guys are used to.
They're
Merlin,
not used to this. It's definitely a lot different because we both came back and with like different mindsets of
yeah,
like
we've
not.
evolved as
So we're just
humans.
having fun right now. Is
Yeah.
what we're focusing on. And I haven't looked at this man for a while. Like, look at his beard. I didn't see this man with a full
Yeah, I don't
beard.
have a webcam. I'm borrowing one from my roommate just for this video. But yeah,
Maybe you should buy that first before the gimbal, bro.
I probably should. I have it. I
Where's
left my
your?
webcam in the university.
Oh my god, bro! I'll buy your university because I'm that rich. No, I'm not.
Yep. Hey, let's come back to the topic.
What happiness? Like, what else is there to happiness? Because
There's a lot to happiness. You know, what do you
like
think?
what?
What's the hardest part to getting back to feeling happy when you've been unhappy for a while? Say bad breakup, okay? Or say
Oh,
you've been through life is highs and lows. Say you've been through a bunch of lows, and now do you just wait for that high to come, or do you do something to get that high?
so I guess yeah. I guess I do get like really down when I feel lonely.
Yeah,
Sometimes, usually, it's in the mornings because people are still sleeping. I just don't know what to do.
yeah. I sleep in a
Yeah, this
lot.
man wakes up at like 2 p.m. So I was like,
I
yeah,
do.
this man makes me really sad. But no, it's just generally when I feel lonely. But com- what I usually do is I would just suck it in and just lay in bed. I either could sleep and just, pass the time, or sometimes it's doom scroll. Doom scrolling doesn't do much. It just puts random information in my head.
Yeah,
I don't even process it. That's really bad. That's why I've been stopping that. But lately, I've been doing this like just short routine, not big. I've been doing 30 push-ups and cold shower, and then I don't know. I'll go downstairs, talk to my mom, or just clean my room a bit. Even though my room's hella messy, but I've been cleaning it little by little. I have a lot of stuff in my room, like a lot. There's still stuff on the floor, but if not, I'd go outside, and that just kind of uh gives me a moment to step back and not
yeah.
just focus on, oh, I'm alone, but I could just like see like, oh, I did 30 push-ups and I feel great, or oh, I went outside, the sky's blue, or oh, my mom's cooking, she's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
It's
this is a
most
nice
of the
thing.
time people think, oh, I'm in such a deep hole. There's nothing in my life. There's something to be grateful for. Like there is always something to be happy
Hmm.
about. It's
Even
important
though it is
to,
so
yeah.
hard when you're in that hole, it's so
It is
hard
hard, but
to
it's worth
find
an
that
effort.
light.
You have to do it.
If you're in that hole right now, I advise you to subscribe to this channel. It'll 100% make you happy. It's not
And
even a lie.
for legal reasons, that's not true. But yeah.
Well, I'm
But
sad
no,
now.
like if you are, in that point of life where you think, oh, that's it, it's over for me.
Mhm.
That's not true, because there's two things to that, right? One, it always gets better. It always does. It always
Yeah,
does.
does it
Always
always?
does. It always gets better. But number one is a conditional thing. It only gets better if you try to make it better.
Well,
Obviously.
that makes sense.
So if
Uh,
you're in a position where oh, I'm not, I just graduated university, I don't have a job, type stuff. More importantly, you're unemployed and you're like, how am I gonna pay off these bills? How am I gonna pay off rent? I want to move out. So much stuff going on. Uh, Stop. Focus on what's happening right now. You can't find a job. Why can't you find a job? Do you have the qualifications for jobs? Yes, you do. Why are you still not finding it? That means it has something to do with the way you present yourself in interviews, or the way your resume is, the way your CV is. Spend some time doing that research and trying to fix what you have right now, and then you'll be able to attain
mhm.
your goal of being happy. But that's like work you have to put in. We don't realize it, and a lot of times it is
Yeah,
hard, but we have to put in that work.
what you're saying is to just focus on one by one things,
Yeah,
because you said all these circumstances why I don't have a
yeah.
job, this and that, but you funnel it down to the fundamental things that you need to just one by one and
That's a
step by
trick I
step.
use when I get overwhelmed. Is there's a lot of things piled up. I have to look at
Mm.
everything one by one and go through it one by one. That way I don't feel overwhelmed.
So is that how you make yourself feel happy when you're feeling down
No, how
after like a
I make
breakup?
after a breakup. That's a crazy question. After my breakup that I mentioned the last episode, I didn't like again, this kind of comes down to me. Why are you giving this advice if you're not following it? Because I didn't know this back then. I know this now because I came out of it. Right? When I was in
You really
that
came out.
when I was in that, hole, when I was in that hole of just being sad and bro, you really came out.
Yeah.
When I was in that hole of just being sad, I didn't like you feel like at some point you're like I know I'm sad, but I don't want to do anything.
Mm.
What like I don't want to do anything. I just want to rot in bed, doom scroll Instagram, and just feel sorry about myself. And I did that for quite a while. I did that for like a couple months into semester break. That's basically what I did in that break. But then after that break ended, I did like I went back to university and I completely planned on doing that again. The first few days of being in university, I was actually rotting. I used to go to class, come back and just rot in bed, not go out, not do anything. And I isolated myself because I didn't want to deal with humans at that point. And I used to go back to my room after class and I used to just call Peter because I didn't know what else to do. I just used to call Peter. I used to call anybody. I just used to call Peter and just like be annoying for some time because I don't know. I was just like that depressed. And Peter like called me out on it one day. In like obviously in a way that in a nice way. He mentioned like that I think you gotta stop feeling sorry for yourself after what happened and you gotta like embrace the fact that it's in my hands now how to get happier, how to improve. That one kind of hit me like a ton of bricks because I realized like yeah he's right. I can't be doing this no more. So I started putting myself out there more. Try to meet more people, spend more time with friends. Go to I went to the beach. I used to go to clubs, places to eat. I used to go on rides with my friends at 4 in the morning. We used to go to the beach at like 3 in the morning. We used to go swim in the beach. I started going with them to the arcade, stuff like that, and I slowly started getting happier. But again, here as well, I had to put in the work. Like I have to extend the first move. I could have still been rotting in bed, doom scrolling. If I didn't have that wake up call, which for me came in the form of Peter calling me out, which is very direct. But if I don't have anybody like that, which has happened before in high school, I didn't have anybody like that. For me, it was just one day. I woke myself up, like a few months into just rotting. I realized, is this really what I want to do with my life?
Yeah.
Like you feel it. You feel that. You feel the need to like want to do something because you realize like if I don't make something of what I have right now, that's it. It's over. So that forces you to
It is
go do
Jover.
something. It is Jover, yeah. It forces you to go do something.
That is what happened to me for uni because I literally never. Well, yeah, because what am I saying? I said yes because so I was just surrounded by like Valorant people at the time. I did nothing else other than Valorant, and they really didn't care. They just wanted me to play, which is nice of them, but they didn't really want to, I guess, talk about or like, yeah, they didn't really care if I like failed uni, which is
Yeah.
or their minds Valorant, which is fine. It's not. I'm not blaming them or anything for enabling me to just suck on that. But yeah, in the end, I was like, why am I just playing Valorant all the time? I'm not doing anything. I'm just in my room, kind of like, just like in my own stink, kind of. I don't want to be like this. I want to be like Kimi Räikkönen, like does things. He did rally, did F1, like I want to do that stuff. Multiple stuff I want to do. But if I just sit here and not at least like try to do something, and I'll just stay here and not be doing anything. And all I could do was just quit uni because that's the easiest thing I know what to do. So I just went back home and told my parents that I need to quit. And that allowed me to just have the peace of mind just to think about myself.
Yeah.
It's definitely different for a lot of people. Like Merlo, you kind of went out there with other people
Yeah.
to just kind of get off of whatever.
But again, you have to know this, like about that, what you said. For you personally, you knew you didn't want to do university, computer science specifically. You knew you didn't want to do that. You still went ahead with
Yeah.
it because you thought, it might be different. But you knew, like,
Or no, I could just deal with it, but
yeah,
I
you
couldn't
thought you
deal
could
with it
just,
'cause
power through. But
Yeah.
but you knew, like, you didn't want to do it. For me, I know I want to do this. So I'm lucky there that I picked something that I want to do, and I'm able
that's
to do
fair.
it.
Yeah.
But you knew going in you didn't want to do it. So
Honestly, with this stuff like this, I could see myself like do it, but I would definitely in such a horrible place,
yeah.
such a horrible. Like I would not enjoy
Is
any
it
bit
is
of
it
it.
worth
I'd
it at
probably have
that
no
point?
hair.
Like, is it really
Probably
worth it?
not.
Exactly.
Probably not. That's why I kind of didn't go to classes because I didn't feel like it was worth for me to
Hmm.
just go because I didn't get to enjoy myself at all.
I mean, yeah, it's important to like what you're studying. That is, especially in university, because this is gonna be your career, right? You can obviously switch careers after, but it's so hard to do. The job market is not looking good right now for anyone. We're in deep
Well,
recession. Everything's going out. So if not now, then when? That is the most important question you need to ask yourself.
Bro, all this should be stressful right now. Let me just take a back and just remember the moments,
Exactly.
where I went through the trip with my family, which is in my channel, by the way.
Trip to Kilimanjaro.
Going,
Yeah, you can see me in
hmm
it. Actually, fun fact.
Yeah, he was in the ocean. He was drowning.
I
I
was
just left him
I
there.
was in the water.
I got to just look at the sea. I haven't looked at the ocean in a while. Got to just
For you,
I don't know.
I imagine that being in that environment, or anybody in general, if you're in a place where you don't want to be and you're thinking, I can deal with it, you're gonna have insurmountable pressure in your head,
Yeah.
and it's
Mhm.
not gonna go away after you finish it. That's the thing, because you realize that you just logged through 4 years of your life being unhappy, doing something that's not gonna make you happy in the end. But when you leave that and you realize, hey, I don't want to do this, I want to do something else, when you get that realization and you leave it, all that pressure just washes off.
That reminds me of a interaction I had with one of my friends on Discord. You know Coffee, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, she has a sharp tongue, which I do kind of find it funny, but at the time I had to deal with some annoying guy on Discord and I had low energy, so I couldn't take anything. And she said some stuff, I got upset. And as how I usually do it, I just kind of left the VC and don't say anything. Kind of ran away from kind of the problem. But luckily, Coffee said, "Yo, are you good?" But this time I said, "No, I actually I actually did something with my feeling." I said, "No, I'm not okay," and I got to actually talk about it to Coffee. That helped me get over with just getting upset. Like I know it's not even a big deal, but just talking about it makes me feel so much better about it, so I can just move on because it's not even a big deal.
Yeah.
Talking about it makes
It
me
makes
feel
sense. It makes sense to talk
easy.
about it.
Yeah. And running away from problems definitely not gonna solve the problem.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been learning to do, which ultimately will make me a lot happier. Now, am I gonna be happy the whole time? Probably not, because life has and will have a lot of problems. But the way you combat these problems will kind of like an average, kind of what? Like an average, you'll feel better
Yeah.
if you don't just run away. It makes sense.
See, it's like,
And I've been talking a lot. My words are not wording.
no, I get what you mean. What you're trying to say is, like, running away from problems is not gonna make you happy in the long run. Dealing with them at that
Yeah.
time might make you unhappy that you're, bringing it out, but you're gonna be happy right
Yeah.
after, and you're gonna be happy for a long time knowing that it's put to rest. Right?
Yeah.
It's not
Especially
something
if it's
that's
like with
gonna eat away
someone.
at your brain all the time.
If it's like with someone that you talk to, it'll create like a better bond with them.
Exactly.
You're like,
It always
be
makes
more
it better.
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. So if you have like a friend at school who's being a dick and you just like let it slide and not talk about it at all, because that's what happens a lot, right?
Because you think they're your friend,
Because
they're gonna take it wrong if you, tell them you don't like the way
yeah.
they're treating you.
But talking about it, even though if the interaction gets a little bit emotional, especially when
Yeah.
you're younger, but if you're actually friends, then it'll probably be fine.
See, this is
everything in the
all
end, that'll be
about,
fine.
dealing with your emotions in a healthy way. If you do
Yeah.
deal with them in a healthy way, you'll be happy, knowing that
Yeah.
you dealt with them the right way, and they won't come back in different forms again and again and cause insecurities and whatnot. Like he mentioned with friends, that's a great point actually, because with friends and relationships as well, if you're not comfortable doing something and someone keeps telling you got to do it, you got to do it, you got to do it, or someone keeps doing it and you're not comfortable with it, sometimes letting them know, hey, I don't like that you do this a lot. Can you not do it next to me? Can you not do it with me? Goes a long, long way.
Yeah.
And if they take it the wrong way, you need to be mature enough to realize that they're probably not good for you in the long run.
Yep.
Because you shared your feelings in a very respectable manner, and they treated that with a lot of disrespect, right? So it's like,
Yeah, we're just saying your feelings do matter a lot more than you think
yeah,
it is, because I myself thought that, everyone else doesn't have a problem with the problem I'm having now.
yeah,
So I should be okay not, having a problem with it, but I actually have a problem with it. So I need to talk about it to the, like, I don't know, if I had beef with someone, it's like, yo, no. Words. I need to drink, man.
you need to drink
I'm
water.
not happy no more.
Yeah, this is the podcast where all of us become unhappy. Oh my god, he's really drinking that water.
All this happiness talk required me to like talk about my past, which does put me back into
Yeah, it obviously does.
like an emotional kind of setting in my mind, which is draining me quite a bit.
Yeah,
But the fact that I said that now I'm realizing it does also help me to ultimately
exactly.
know about myself.
Because all this unhappiness that we carry, it kind of like piles up.
wet,
It kind of like piles up on top of each other, and then once that pile gets big enough, it just topples over. So sometimes
Yeah.
when you've been unhappy for a long time and you haven't dealt with your emotions properly, there's like one small thing and it sets you off, and then you just go on a tirade on like, oh, there's a huge
Yep.
blowout basically, and that's obviously not healthy
Because
for anyone, not you and the person who's facing the blowout, because they don't deserve it at the end of the day.
because you are carrying a lot of weight from the past, even though you're living in the current. And then when the current gives you a challenge and then you cannot carry more weight, it just topples over.
Yeah,
That's why you gotta leave the baggage, man. You don't need to carry all of that.
but
Gotta
leaving the
more of it.
baggage, oh my god.
Leaving the baggage, bro.
That is one of the most important things that everybody needs to realize, leaving the emotional
Leaving the
baggage.
baggage.
Leaving the emotional
Leaving
baggage,
the
yeah.
baggage.
It's there's a saying, you don't gotta carry a sack of rotten potatoes around with you. They're rotten.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you don't need to eat them.
you don't need
It's
to eat
alright.
them. Yeah, exactly. They're
Just
rotten.
throw them
Just
away.
throw them away. They're
Or compost
biodegradable.
them.
Yeah. We're getting a little too much into
what
this.
are we saying?
We're getting a little too deep into this potato analogy.
But-
Analogy. What?
What, I guess, getting to a relationship or just talking to someone who has problems with kind of expressing themselves and how they're emotionally,
Yeah.
or like, I don't know, you want to get close to a girl because you're like, they're pretty, but then you talk to them and found out, oh, they kind of do this weird thing, but it turns out it's just like trauma from the past, like, and you kind of feel guilty about that because, oh, I could probably fix her. Oh, I'm
I
the
can
one who
fix her.
approached her. Maybe I should like help her. I
Yeah.
need to stay with her so she'd be fine. But you also don't need to do that.
Yeah,
for
you don't.
anyone.
It's not your responsibility, right? At the end of it's important to know that. A lot of times change comes when you're ready as a person to change. If you're not
Mhm.
open to change, you can't change.
You
Right.
can't force anyone
You
to
can't
just be happy.
if I have intimacy issues and I'm dating someone, they can try all they want and they're trying from a good place, right? But they're not going to be met with the response because again, I'm not ready to fix myself right now at this point. And then I lash out, they lash out. We have a big blowout fight and it ends in a breakup. Right? Now that person or me, both of us are going to feel guilty about everything that's happening, yada yada yada. But it's important to know that in this case, I had issues and I wasn't ready to fix them. And they
Mhm.
thought they could, but I wasn't ready. Even if what they were trying to do to help me get over my intimacy issues is the right way to do it, I wasn't ready. So their efforts were
Well,
in vain.
maybe if they give you time,
Yeah.
that would be fine. But if you forcefully do it, that's I think where
that's
the
thing,
problem
yeah.
starts. Yeah.
The hardest part is patience in that kind of a situation. You need to be very patient with that stuff.
Time.
Yeah, you need to give a lot of time because it takes time to be happy in that way. Because you want true happiness. You don't want like short term being
Mhm.
happy. Yeah. One more
'Cause to
thing
realize what you find, what?
that I just wanted to add to that was
Yeah.
independent happiness, right? Because I've seen like a lot
Uh,
of times, like if that mentality, I can fix her. You do fix her, say, but she associates the fact that you helped her get through that with being happy only around you, so she's dependent on you to be happy.
that's another problem,
That's
bruh.
another problem you're creating. You need to learn to make them independently happy.
I don't even know about that one.
Being dependently happy has a
Damn.
lot of issues. You can't be dependent on someone for feelings.
I mean, I can say a lot of Filipinos would be dependent on feelings towards another person, but I'm not gonna talk about that.
Fair enough. But I'm just saying, like, you have to learn to also be happy, or you should also learn to face those feelings independently. They're as important to face independently as they are to face dependently. Wouldn't you agree? That's a valid point.
Yeah, because you are yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes, a lot of the times, actually, the
You
relationship
are
goes south.
yourself. Yep.
It is crazy. I have to say it, but you are yourself. I didn't even know.
The real
It is
me
why my
is the real
Discord
you.
about me is the one and only, because I'm the one and only me in this world.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's other guy named Мiрза,
Yeah.
but my brain, my mind, my consciousness is in this this body. It don't live for no one else. I mean, I could enjoy someone's company. I could, be friends with people, have relations. But I gotta realize that I am also myself. So if there's like a problem with someone else,
Yeah.
I know where to stand and not just like get carried over to some emotional problems that I can't handle and I ruin myself.
That's true. That's true. That makes sense.
Your mom. I don't know. My brain just paused.
I saw you
Like, cause I
pause.
see, I see a lot of instances of just like, they have this problem. I mean, I said this earlier, like, about your significant other having problems and you getting carried away with them because you're trying to also solve them, but they're not available to solve them.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like reasons why they could not be ready, or maybe they also don't wanna.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is
whatever
really
it is,
bad, but it happens.
it happens. Like sometimes you don't know, like you try to force yourself to be ready, but you just haven't confronted anything. So you're actually not ready, but you think you are, and that can also lead to
Mhm.
like a lash out. But it's important to know, like deal with it when you're ready, but you have to be ready at some point, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not something that's just gonna go away on its own.
To remove it, you need to work at it.
You need to work at it. Yeah.
I'm saying words. Does it make sense?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does.
care.
It does.
I'm
it
not
does.
listening. I'm just speaking.
You are
It's
listening.
your problem.
You're at. It's your fault.
I'm not listening to this podcast, bro.
Yeah, I see you. I see you, Mark, Leah, Marie Johnson. You guys watching
Where?
the podcast right now?
Huh? Who's watching? Oh, the viewer.
The
My bad.
viewers. Yeah.
I had a schizophrenic moment.
It's a moment.
I'm not schizo. I'm Мiрза. I don't know what else to talk about happening. That's what I know.
That's it's important to deal with feelings and emotions in a healthy way. We did
Mhm.
point that out. And it's also important to know that you need to have some time to yourself. Is also important to be happy. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, like you need to learn to
Even
do
if it
things
takes a
alone.
year, 2 years, it's fine. You need that time.
You need that time, yeah.
Whatever Andrew Tate says, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's different.
Like
You
for
gotta
me
know that. And you are
personally,
you.
I get time to myself when I go to swim, when I'm in the pool all by
Mhm.
myself, and I can't hear anything except just the water. I'm just, doing laps around the pool. And that is time to myself in that case, and I really enjoy it a lot. it is important to have time to yourself and be comfortable with that time, because it is the time where your brain kind of recharges, you know, getting ready for the other stuff that it has to
Yeah,
deal with on a daily basis.
kind of like meditation. But I
Yeah.
was gonna say one thing. Music. People kind of lean on music a lot,
Yeah.
which can be great at times, but a lot of the times it can be the one who's actually just kind of, I guess, ignoring the problem. That's what I'm trying
Music
to say.
influences your emotions in a big way.
It does, but it also kind of, yeah, it does. So when you want to feel happy, you could just kind of put a happy music on,
Because
put music. Clap along if you, even though your family just died, so you're not really happy, are you?
yeah.
That's. hmm Sometimes you just also need like real time without music.
Yeah.
That's a hard part. I also had that. Like me on my motorcycle, right? I like to ride with music on because it just feels nicer. But I find that if I don't have music on, I just could think about stuff that had happened. I could actually process that with myself, without anyone else.
You think it's easy to just turn up the
Uh,
volume on the song and let that drown out all the other noises in your brain, but that's not how it works, does it?
it's so easy to do that, but that's not gonna remove
Yeah.
that noise. It's gonna come back. It came back so quickly when I was in university.
Yeah.
It, but okay, so let's point out some things that are important to us to find happiness. What would you say? Well, from whatever we said earlier.
Important to me to find happiness.
Yeah. What's like the
Definitely
key points?
having a good social group, having healthy friends who understand
Mm-hmm.
you as a person and are able to support you when you need them, right? Somebody you can banter
Yeah.
with, but also get serious with when the time comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So social group in that way, definitely. Having healthy hobbies, I would say.
Okay.
You need to spend your time doing something I'm not trying to like be like, oh, like one of those boomers where like you can't play video games or something. Video games are great, but if your mental state after playing, say, Valorant is very very poor, then I recommend you do not play that game after that point. But say if you feel
Mhm.
happy after playing Valorant, if Valorant makes you happy, which it doesn't make me happy, it doesn't make Mirza happy, but if it makes you happy, then it's good for you.
More power to you.
More power to you. Yeah. So having a healthy hobby, having a hobby that makes you happy at the end of it, having a hobby that you enjoy doing, that's important. And I would say the biggest one is the one we just mentioned earlier, learning to be happy alone, like independently, like in your own space. You
Yeah.
need to know how to
Pretty
be,
much.
yeah, because sometimes you go through, like, even if there's nothing wrong, like, even when I go swimming, I love swimming, even if when I'm in the pool, I think about some bad stuff that has happened, but I think about it like properly because I'm all alone and that's the only thing in my head right now. I think about it and I process it, and then it goes away, it doesn't come back later. Like, it's not something that bothers me after that
Yeah.
point. So it's important to be happy, on your own time, in your own space, independently of other things, of other factors, of other people as well. I think when you're
Yeah.
happy alone, you know for a fact that you're truly happy because you're not dependent on any other factors to make you happy.
When you were swimming, you had that problem, like thinking around your head
Yeah,
constantly. You kind of put a dot in that, so it stops that thought.
exactly.
So whenever you think about it, the story ends and not just continuously
Continues on a
spiral.
loop. Yeah.
And that's why talking about the problems you have with your friends help. That's why when you have an actual problem, you deal with it. Like, I don't know, my mental health is not great. You kind of put okay, mental health's not, but you get the idea. You kind of put dots on questions that you have, and you don't have to think about it, stress about it,
Do
and
you
that
get
leaves
time
you
to think
more
about
time to just
stuff?
enjoy
To
it.
be honest, like,
Time is important, but you know what time it is right now?
time is a social construct made by the people.
Oh,
But do you guys know what time it is right now?
It's time to
It's
wait.
gooning time, babies. No, it's time to.
I'm leaving.
Wait.
What?
It's time. Time to do what, Mirza? Do you want to tell them?
Time to end the show.
Time to end the show. Yeah. You have just finished Life Moment Season 2, Episode 2. Thank you so much
Hopefully
for
this is an hour
watching.
long.
It's 50 minutes long, but that's fine. Thank you
Oh
so
no,
much.
no. Actually, no. We're gonna stay for 10 minutes.
10 minutes longer. Okay. So
Since someone
happiness.
requested for an actual hour, we're gonna actually do it.
No, they just wanted
Just
to
to spite
know.
them. No, I want to spite them.
Can we just sit in silence for like 10 minutes?
I don't think I can, dude. Even though my words have been mumbling, I just ramble about some other stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
Pacino's,
really
yeah.
care. What? Oh, have you been drinking coffee?
Pulls out water bottle. No, I've been off caffeine actually for a good while.
Oh,
Except
me too.
pre.
Coffee just makes my stomach kind of icky. But this morning I made like cold coffee and I kind of didn't really finish it. I didn't even enjoy it. So maybe I'll just never drink coffee. I'll just kind
That's
of
it.
take a
He's
nap.
off coffee for the rest of his life.
Coffee is a big thing though. Like almost every YouTuber does coffee. My dad does coffee. My mom does coffee. Every other like uncle outside does coffee.
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
Like, what do you mean does coffee? Like drinks coffee?
Drinks coffee, not inject coffee. The fuck?
No, because when you said YouTuber, it just reminded me. You notice how in the influx of YouTuber merchandise and products, coffee is one of them. Like
Yeah.
all YouTubers have a coffee. Like they make a coffee brand. It's so easy to like make and sell. But anyways, why do they drink coffee? That's a great question.
What?
Well, I think dependency on caffeine is like a big one. Like you started associating when you wake up, you're groggy, and that grogginess goes away if you drink water, a lot of water, wash your face, you know, and do something like, I don't know, walk around for like 30 seconds, it goes away. That's a lot of steps. Coffee just does it in like one step. So I'm gonna just do that. It's like a mentality people
But
have.
the human body does not account for coffee. It's the thing that we inject.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, the body can do it by its own, but the fact that you give it something else to just make the grogginess go away, our body does less things.
Yeah,
And over time, I
caffeine
feel
makes
like-
me really jittery.
Yeah. Me too.
It makes me
But I
anxious
feel
as
like
well.
what's made it more popular recently is just the fact that everyone does it now. It's like a social thing.
Yeah, you
People
know,
go out
you
for
want to go out for
coffee
coffee,
runs.
yeah.
Yeah. Which is not as bad as like alcohol, but it's definitely kind of like a silent, not killer, but annoyance. It can definitely do some damages.
It can do a lot of damages,
you-
but it's like over a very long period of time. It depends on how much coffee you drink in a day, though. Like, and what
True.
type of coffee you drink. If you drink like coffee with milk once a day, that's fine, I guess. You're still dependent on it, but it's fine. Like, what about drinking? Let me drink like 20 cups of black coffee in a day. Is that bad? You ask.
Yeah. But
Is it?
it all starts from the first sip of coffee you take, or first couple with your friends, and then you suddenly feel like, oh, I need
Sounds
coffee
like
2 times a day.
Sounds like a cigarette PSA. You know, your friend gives you one puff. You're like, and then next thing you know, you got 20
You have
and
10 cigarettes in your mouth.
10
Yeah.
cigarettes in your mouth. Yeah, basically.
But luckily, I kind of don't like the herd mentality. Personally, like if
yeah, same.
someone watches like the main anime right now, I'd avoid watching it just so
Just to
I
spite
can wait
them.
until it. It's just, I don't know, spite people a lot, but yeah, I'll wait it until it's not popular anymore, so I can actually enjoy it for myself. Because
Yeah,
when it's popular, you get a lot of noise or from the show.
you do. And
these
you're like
leak sometimes.
susceptible to spoilers and stuff as well.
Yeah, spoilers. Yeah, which
Actually,
I hate.
coffee makes me unhappy. I'll be honest.
Why?
I don't know. I've noticed when I drink coffee, when I consistently drink coffee, I see myself have more mood swings. I see myself be less efficient and stuff. And I start feeling, actually, caffeine crash is very important. When I'm in
Real
university, right, studying architecture major students don't get to sleep that much because we have a lot of coursework. So I might end up pulling an all-nighter here and there. And then to keep myself awake for class the next day, I drink coffee. And by the time the caffeine wears off, I'm super irritable. I'm very sleepy. And I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to do anything. I snap. I'm very snappy. I get pissed off at people. All that. And I just get very angry. So it's like, you know, coffee just makes me upset in that case. So I just gotta avoid drinking it. But I am like I can't help it because, again, all-nighters are something that we have to pull sometimes because of the coursework. So here and there, I do indulge in my fair share of caffeine
Caffeinated
addiction.
drinks.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking. I'm looking
Maybe.
at you, G Fuel, energy drinks.
Sponsor us now
Yeah,
for
Gamer
yeah.
Sops, titty milk.
Uh, anyone sponsor us, please. We need an editor.
We don't have a sponsor yet. You know,
No one's watching till this part though, so I don't know why we're asking for a sponsor at the end of the podcast.
we should have asked in the starting. I'm just gonna cut this part out, put it in the middle.
Oh no! Next episode, first thing we're gonna ask for sponsors.
Yeah, every episode,
Yeah?
we're just gonna ask for sponsors until we get one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
we'll
a
make
great
a
plan.
1 hour episode where we just make a tier list of sponsors.
That's I don't know about that one.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know about that
upset some companies.
We're gonna
We need
upset
them.
every company in the world.
Tesla bad.
Yeah, Tesla sponsors Life Moment podcast
We're gonna have the podcast in the car,
in the car. Yeah,
sponsored by Starlink.
that's the internet we use.
Okay, has it been like an hour yet?
It's 56 minutes. Fine, it's good enough.
Bro, no. 4 minutes is important. Let us, put up X to fight right now.
This man exists despite that one person. I'm so sorry you told me that. You know, they're gonna see this video and they're gonna be like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
Bro, I
But
don't know
this-
why, but it's so fun to me. Just like kind of like 1v1ing the person. Oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it out of spite.
Okay, this just goes to show, how much Life Moment cares about viewer comments and how much we listen to feedback.
We listen a lot. I mean, that says a lot about our happiness. It's dependent on the people that watches us. Okay, maybe we're not so happy. I don't know.
I mean,
Uh,
over time, most feedback I've gotten regarding the show has been pretty good, bar a couple which haven't been like mean. I mean, they were mean to
Mhm.
me because I don't like it when people tell me something is bad about something I do. But yeah, but they come from a place that makes sense. Like a few of the
Mhm.
episodes, like I don't want to shit on my own channel, but a few of the episodes that some people watched, they were like, well, this one was kind of boring. Nothing of substance was in this. And when I went back to that episode at that time, I realized, yeah, this one isn't that good. It doesn't have any major talking points. We don't like make any statements that stand with people, because I realized that a lot of people come back and tell me, hey, I really like this one. They have something to quote from the episode. Oh, I liked it when Mirza said this, like he mentioned, being happy on your own. I'm like, yeah, he did say that. That is one of the things he said.
of all time.
Yeah.
The words I said, yep. But ultimately, even though episode was bad, I feel like that episode is still worth being there.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
it's the time we spent an hour just sitting here just for a podcast. Like we're
Exactly,
spending a lot of time. Why are you guys not subscribing?
Okay.
Give us money.
We're now
What is
sounding
this?
obnoxious.
We're not paid.
Okay.
We're not paid. We're not paid. Where's my money? Where's my money? I'm being scammed. This company sucks.
With
Not making any profits.
with respect to that, it is important to note that every episode that exists, I don't want to take any episodes off unless there's something wrong with it, like technically.
Yeah.
I want all of them to be on, because if anyone new comes to our channel, you go through all of the entire Life Moment library, and every episode is like us getting better at it. We're learning it as we're going.
Yeah.
You can see us grow as a channel, start from the little sperms in the ball sack, right? And then
No, I kind of popped out like this, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
you didn't go swimming in the
No, I can't swim. Yeah. But like,
I can't swim.
I can't swim.
I can't.
But now look at my camera quality, dude. Like, it's the same camera.
Yeah, I
That's crazy.
gotta fix mine. I gotta get that sorted fast. Dead gum.
Dude, I'm getting dizzy, bro. Has the hour came? Please.
30
Hour.
seconds left.
Come on, please. Yeah. Can we have Lumi like speak in the end? It's like, oh, this Life Moment episode is ending. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Bye bye.
Why do you want that?
Because 1 hour, bro, and we had like the filler in the beginning, so
Yeah.
there's some seconds to cut out.
Yeah.
This hasn't been an hour yet. No, we still gotta.
Okay,
Hold
it's
on,
1 hour,
hold
it's
on.
1 hour.
No. Stay with me. Stay with me. It hasn't been an hour because the front bit's cut out, so it's definitely not an hour.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. this episode of Life Moment. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Next week. Bye bye.
Bye.